Why do women fall in love with serial killers? This is a great question. Something that I've been asked about before. And it's a complicated question, I think. So, well, first of all, there's a term for it. So we psychiatrists, we like to sound cleverer than we actually are. We call it hybristophilia. And I think the vast majority of times it's because the women themselves are actually quite damaged. So they've come from abusive relationships, whether it's, their own upbringing or whether it's romantic partners. So they've been the victims of domestic violence. And they gravitate towards what is familiar rather than gravitating towards what's safe. But, and here's the twist, they try and find relationships where they can be in control. So if you're in a relationship with a serial killer, a murderer, you get to control the visits, you get to control the communications, you know that he's not off gallivanting and cheating on you. So I think that's part of the motivation. But I also think there's some that have this like saviour complex. So for whatever reason, maybe they weren't nurtured enough when they were children, so they try and kind of project their own deficiencies onto somebody else, and there isn't much more of a saviour complex than trying to rehabilitate like a serial killer. Most dangerous mental illness, I suppose it depends on whether you're talking quality or quantity of violence. So quantity of violence, undoubtedly that would be something like antisocial personality disorder. So that's somebody who naturally is callous, doesn't care about others, and is impulsive. So they tend to be career criminals, like, thugs, drug dealers, etc. So they're the kind of people that you go through the system, you try and treat them, and they will keep reoffending. In terms of one-off instances of violence, I'd say schizophrenia, because even though the vast majority of people with this disorder aren't dangerous, when they become dangerous, they can do something that's completely erratic. So I've talked already about an 18-year-old girl who killed a nephew because of psychotic beliefs. Just last month, I saw somebody who attacked their neighbour with a baseball bat because in his deluded mind, he was convinced this person was a paedophile. Not true. So because their beliefs can be so extreme, they can sometimes lash out with unexpected